hackathons, competition, and open source. So let me just get my screen. Let me share my screen. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So I told the organizer that I would be spending like 30 minutes or less on my talk because of the nature of my voice. I don't want the voice to disappear before I, because I don't want to disappear. So hopefully, I hope everyone can hear me and can pick one or two things from this. So I term my talk today build in public. So so I was asked to come talk about hackathons, competition, open source, and touch a bit on my Google Developer Expert journey. So first off, people might ask, how does this three go hand in hand and how do they help you? They all support you to make your career, especially as we, yeah, I believe we all are in the machine learning space or in the machine learning industry. So how does this help us build our career? So yeah, about me, I my name is Ifion, like as has been said, I do software engineering and I am machine learning development engineer, and I also do research. Also into open source, and lastly, I'm a big person on community, which is why I'm here. I love doing community work and doing all those things. So what brings us here, right? The classroom is not enough. We all know, I believe we all here are students, and we know the way they teach us in classes, right? You're literally not learning to understand at some point. You're learning just so you can pass, so you can have an A from this lecturer. So a lot of things get abstracted in that process, right? You finish everything, you want to finish a certificate from an online course because the time limits, maybe they'll give you 2 weeks. So you want to quickly brush through so you can get your certificates quickly, right? So all of that makes you lose context of what you're meant to know. And knowledge only happens or only compounds when you apply it in public under constraints you did not choose. So how do people know you are wise or you're knowledgeable? It is when you display actions when it was not expected. You give answers to things that under a normal constraints you wouldn't do it. So yeah, the classroom is really not enough for all of that. You need to push yourself harder. And how do you push yourself harder? You may ask me, um, any of this really. But in a way, I mean, if you do any of this, at some point, you would mix everything together. You have competitions, you have hackathons. They are similar, right? Competition and hackathons are similar. I feel the difference between the two of them is that competitions could be, it's like more structured. You have a timeline. Hackathon is under time pressure. You have 24 hours, maybe 72 hours, camp everybody, and you are building something. And you have open source. It means contributing to the software that a lot of people use or software that is open, to be better put. So in open source, you learn how these code bases work, how maintainers think, because they'll be giving you um, they'll be giving you feedback on what you're doing, and you learn how to write code in different styles and how people can read it. So back to competition, back to hackathons, they all build the way you um, the way you see things and the way you approach problems, because you're out there trying, you're thinking of a very good solution. It's always in a time constraint. So you are teaching your brain to think quickly, how to solve a problem quickly, if that does make sense. And then every receipt or every shift rather is a receipt. You're learning different skills under constraints. I've been in um, some competitions and I've been in hackathons where I had to learn about concepts the night before. Like it was so funny that it was the night before we had our presentation that I was learning about a lot of things, and it was such an eye opener for me because I was like, oh, this thing really does exist, and I was able to change my solution before then modify my solution. You also earn network. When you work in any of these three, be it competitions, hackathons, open source, you meet people, collaborators, mentors, maintainers, even if they're just attendees. And that can help you build your network so they can put a name to the face and to the skill, right? You really do not have to do a lot of talking because your work will do the talking for you. And going to my next point, you have proof, and it's not just promises. I can do this, I can do that. They say that too much. I mean, I don't know which of these artists. Plenty talk, no evidence. Like you're talking too much. There's no evidence. Don't tell me you can do this. What can you do? We're living in a world where we no longer live by, oh, I can do this, I can write, react, I can build a model overnight. Have you done it? Where have you done it? What is the proof? What is the evidence? That's like what we need in this time and age. We don't need promises. So when you work in things like this, hackathons, you work in competitions, you have evidence that yes, people can actually see you for your work, and it gives you credits that you have the proof. And you might even skip tons of interviews, maybe like tons of stages of interviews because you already have evidence of what they are doing. And also, lastly, test and judgment. You see how people solve the same problem. For example, you are given a problem statement in an hackathon. When you're in an hackathon, you would see how people under the same time constraints that you have can solve that same problem. You will see the way people think, you see people's point of view, different points of view, and that will help you think better, and it can help you improve. Okay, this is where my solution was lacking. This is where my solution was lacking. How can I be better? How can I be better? You take that to the next competition. You take that to the next hackathon. You build on that. You see another trick. You see another idea. You work on that. You do that. You do that. You do that. So you are building your taste. You are building your sense of judgment, right? So what actually worked for me, right? Like I said, too much proof, I mean, too much talk, no evidence is not something that I'm here to do. Um, I mean, my online personality, I'm not known for participating in a couple of hackathons or competitions or doing all these things, right? But it's a part of me that I really do not talk about because that's not my own, that's not what I really want to do. But I find myself in rooms like that. And when I find myself in rooms like that, pose such opportunity for me to meet people and learn things, I build myself and I customize my skills to that place. So when I was being reached out to, which is a very funny situation, and I was told, "Oh, come and talk on this, come and you know give tips and treats." I was wondering, like, what do I want to do? Because if I think about what I do, in an instant. Competitions don't come to my head directly. I'm like, okay, what should I talk about? Then I remember that, oh, when I was in school, I participated in a couple of competitions, and I was just talking about two because I don't talk about a lot. I did not do a lot. I participated in like in a total of maybe like 7 to 8 competitions. Because like I said, competition is not my thing. But there were two that stood out to me that I remember. So when I was a student of the University of Lagos, I was opportuned to travel for the school, like on behalf of the school, twice to represent them in international conferences and hackathons. And this was the first one that I went for the school and I participated in an hackathon, right? This one was, yeah, this was more like a competition actually because we started like a month before. I think it was like 2 months. So we started a month before, and then we now went to the school in South Africa where we now participated and we met ourselves, and then we started discussing and working on the solution. But before then, we already had an idea of what we wanted to build. So this was in 2023 in July, ending of July to August 2023 at the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, where it's under this Afritech. I don't know if you've heard of Afritech. So I went on the school on behalf of the school to they had this Afritech conference, and my team was to build a solution for healthcare, and our solution was converting sign language to actual text for people in of disability, people that have disabilities. So, because we're in South Africa, we looked at the landscape and we looked at that time, um, this sign language thing wasn't really in vogue. People were not doing things like that. So we saw that, oh, when people that are deaf go to the hospital, we checked statistics, we checked all those things. We had like a proper slide deck where we spent like 10 minutes discussing to the um, churches. So we found out that in hospitals in South Africa, they don't have the capability to understand people that come to the people that are deaf and they come to the hospital to talk about their problems. So that can make them misdiagnosed or being unattended to. And that can lead to several things. Because if they are not attended to, they go home and they get worse. Or if they are misdiagnosed, it can lead to something different. So we said, oh, how about building a solution that converts the sign language of these particular people to the nurse. So what we did was we looked for data sets on sign languages. We even created our own data sets. I remember it was a very funny experience because there was no data set for the South African sign language. So that's when I learned about that. We have different sign languages. We didn't want to use the American sign language because we're building something local. So we had to sit down for hours and start performing sign languages. The one for cough, the one for diarrhea, the one for headache, and so many. We did around like 50 different diseases or so, and we're taking pictures of everything and videos. So we did that. We built the demo and we demoed it. And it was really crazy because it worked, right? We did a demo, it worked, and the judges were like, okay, this is actually amazing. And yeah, we came first place. And that's me, yeah, I'm here somewhere. I'm bending because I was shocked. Oh, we won this thing. So it was very funny. And after that, we enrolled into some entrepreneurship thingy, and yeah, that's that. Then the second one that I so this was 6 months after the first one I did for the school. Then this one was at Carnegie Mellon University in Rwanda, January 2024. So after I finished that one, I was invited to this one. So that's the whole network thing because oh yeah, this girl is she's serious, which in real life I'm not serious, if you know me. So they said, oh, I should come and do another conference and hackathon. So this one was an hackathon because we spent 2 days building this solution, right? It was when we got there, we're giving the problem statements, and then we had to remember we had a sleepless night where we had to think of solutions. We're giving rooms, um, we're giving rooms, doing like different variation, different solutions, and we came up with a gamified. I can't remember the problem statement now. So we came up with a gamified learning platform for children to learn with AI, and also the platform will help their moms earn money. So we give them tabs. The moms will earn money on the tabs, and they can pay for the tabs. So it was the our audience or target audience were people in the internally displaced camps. So yeah, we did it. We did. I can't remember if we did it demo actually, because we didn't build it. Oh yeah, we just used Figma screens and some AI tools. That time we didn't even have proper prototyping things, but we used we should show them something, and then we came third place. We first came first place. So the thing was that how they did it was each problem had like a group of 5 people. So in my education group, we came first, and then we moved to the second stage and became third. So they gave us gift and all those kind of things. And it was really nice because I saw some of the people that I met at South Africa. I met them here too. So they too, they also came for this, and it was really nice. We saw all of them, and it was a nice event. And this is me here too. I don't know. Can't find a picture of me presenting, but that's like my team. Those were my team members. We had a really nice time. So competitions, they're really nice. Hackathons, they're nice. You get to like do stuff. So um in all of this, I learned a lot of things, right? A tip that I can definitely give is that just act. You don't need to overthink it. What comes to your mind, you need a lot of things will come to your mind. You just like start writing stuff. So how we did this one for CMU Africa was I was just writing ideas that came to our head at first. We didn't think, oh, this is a stupid idea, this idea does not work. We just wrote everything that came to our mind. Then we started looking at things and piecing things together. And that was how we had this particular solution. So yeah, that's on hackathons. So I was asked to talk about my GD solution journey. But give me a minute, please.
All right, man, no problem. So thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
I'm
that
done.
information.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, I said like my my voice was going, and I had to bring it back. So that's what I'm saying. I would soon finish. I mean, I'm almost done. So after my hackathons, then this is me contributing to the public. So like I mentioned, I'm a Google developer expert in the AI category, and basically what the GDP what it stands for is it's Google developer expert, and it's a program for developers with deep expertise in Google technologies, and they have records of doing things in the community. So You get direct access to Googlers, to Google Teams, to early features. Like there are a couple of early features that I got access to. I can't say some of them because of my NDA. You sign an NDA, so can't say a couple of them. You get access to global network of people that are doing things, and you get invited to summits. For example, the same 2024, I was invited by Google to Berlin, to Germany, Berlin for their Google I/O extended. So it's just like Google I/O that happens in America, but this one is for like region wise. So and yeah, it was a very eye-opening experience for me, and I continued working in the community, and I was invited to take up the interview, and I yeah, I scaled through. So the journey is actually very simple for me. Well, it was not simple for me. I've always been a Google fan for like the longest time. I build with their technologies. I do all those kind of things. So I'm not a cloud chaser. Like I don't chase cloud actually. I do like my stuff. And I I used to write, talk about Google technologies because I find them interesting. And then I was invited to apply, and I did community interviews, and I got in. So it's not that when you get in, oh, that's the end. You also have to continue contributing because every year you renew your GD membership. I renewed mine for last year. I'm working this year. I'll renew it for this year if I want to continue. So that's just it on GD, and I'm open to like talking more about it. But I just said I should briefly touch on it here. And to the last one, open source. So I've spoken on competitions, I've spoken on hackathon, and I've spoken on open source. So open source is something that also helps you to build your AI journey. I have a friend that the time where ML stuff was still crazy, where you need like 5 years of experience. He did not have 5 years. He didn't have a master's or a PhD, and was able to get a job because he was contributing to open source, and he was referred by a company that he worked for. They could no longer afford him, and then they referred him to somewhere, and that was how he made it. Like he was working and got relocated, and is working in like a very big company right now. So I really do not have to fix the Linux kernel or fix a lot of things. I contributed to PyScript once, and that's the front end framework for Python. By yeah, that was in 2022 or 2023, and it was because their docs was not saying the right thing. So I was reading their documentation, and I saw some mistakes, and I went there and I opened a PR because it was misleading, and people were talking about this particular framework, and I opened a pull request telling them, oh, this is this and that, and they looked at it and they merged it. I've also contributed to Julia. Julia is a programming language. I've contributed that one. There was a problem that I opened, and 1 week, no one solved it. And in that 1 week, I took my time and I solved it. It was after I solved it, someone on the team now reached out, and then they were like, oh, this is a solution. I'm like, I already solved it myself. Like, you don't need to stress yourself. I've solved it. And I wrote about it. That was my first technical article. So you can fix the documentation, you can reproduce a Tor and a bug, you can write a tutorial. I used to write a lot of tutorials. Remember this Google Summer of Docs before it was closed down. Um, One of these companies actually reached out to me that they would like me to work in their Google Summer of Docs because I was contributing and they really liked my contribution. And they even wanted to offer me like a contract through because the lecturer did not get picked. So that's how far open source can take you, right? You really do not have to start big or doing something. And you can also build open source projects. If you visit my website, I have a lot of open source projects, and on my Twitter, I tweet about my projects that are open source and people can contribute to. So Pick with your hand, don't pick with your eyes that, oh, this one looks like a very nice thing. What can you do? What tool do you use? Um, Look at it and work on that. So look for good first issues, look for things that helped and wanted. Look at the ecosystem, the ML ecosystem. What can you contribute? For example, I contributed a library that helps this gRPC protocol, helps you serve your models over that. So people found it very interesting and oh, this is actually something useful. So you really do not have to maybe contribute to something existing. You can make yours exist. And that's how open source works. So what people get wrong, you don't need to be advanced. You can just do anything really. Hackathon projects, the count, don't throw it away, please. You can work on it to make it a blown idea. You don't have to win the competition. I've participated in a couple of competitions and I did not win. You don't have to win. And open source is wonderful. It's beautiful. I'm not here to preach open source exactly, but you should get it right. So, lastly, um, I don't know. I'm not here to do aspire to Maguire, but you know, you can start with this. Pick one platform, pick a project, pick something, make the first move, ship something tiny, and tell someone about it. Share it. The only way people can know about it is by you telling them, right? Even in the Bible, it says that you can't light up a candle and put it like at the top of the hill. You're a light, you should shine. So you should actually shine. Let your project shine, right? So that's how it works. You you don't be like, oh, my post is cringy. Let it be cringe. People that will see the cringe part will see it and do something. Don't steal someone's work. Don't be all those people that used to steal people's work. Do something that you can defend, right? And yeah, the best time to start was last year. You know, New Year resolution, New Year everything. And the second best time to start is actually tonight. In fact, it's now, not even tonight. Start now, and that is something that you should put to your mind. So I think I've said a lot of English and I've tried to help someone shape their mind with my cracked voice and some edit that will come after this. But yeah, thank you very much. If you have any questions for me, you can go to ifyou.com and send me an email. And yeah, I'll be there to answer you. So thank you very much once again.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Ifi Han Agbara, for that insightful section. I've actually learned a lot from what you actually say. So thank you. So if we have any question to give our speaker, you can feel free to signify by raising up your hands and she's going to answer you. All right, if there are no questions, I would like to ask you a question, ma'am, before you bid us by. So I wanted to ask, like, what is the advice you can give to someone that is actually attending their first hackathon? Like, you know that they are new to this, so is they are actually their first time. So what advice can you give to them, ma'am?
Okay, advice. I'll just say like, just go with the flow. Not okay, that's actually dangerous advice. But yeah, okay, don't let me say go with the flow so that people don't misquote me. But just go there, don't pressure yourself. The other people that are there that are new like you, ask questions. Like, don't keep to yourself. Don't think this is what you think it should be. Ask questions, clarifying questions. No question is stupid. Ask questions. What do you want to do? You know, meet people. Um, Meet people and don't let don't let the whole hackathon journey, don't let the whole hackathon journey thing throw you off. Meet people, learn new things, be open to learning, basically. Be open to learning and yeah, put your skills to use honestly. Like go there with a mind of preparation. So like those are just a few things. um don't pressure yourself, don't overthink it, ask clarifying questions, meet people and put your skills to use. So I think that does that answer your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, are there any more questions before we introduce our next speaker? Okay. So, in the absence of any question, so our next speaker, he has actually been on this call with us. So, his name is Adetayo Mohammed Saka. He's a graduate of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. Is highly competitive, yeah, because he has participated in numerous competition and he have achieved outstanding what results. So his interests span across robotic, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things. He has served as the campus director of for the Millennium Fellowship, a course representative, and is also the founder of FarmGuard. Please join me in welcoming Adetayo Mohammed Saka. The floor is yours, sir. Hello, Mr. Saka. Are you with us?
Hello. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So nice to be here with great minds today. So, sorry for the delay. My system, I don't know, it's a bit lagging today. I don't even know how it has been on for the past 3 days. So, we'll still have to work. We go run this thing, if you like or not. So, yeah, it's so nice to be on the call with everyone. First of all, I would like to apologize. I could not have the slide for this session, because I thought the session is set by 8. I actually forgot to mix things up on my head. I've been busy since. So I was already planning to leave what I was doing before by 7 and create slide for it and start the session. But yeah, I'm going to share a lot of things with us and I hope we're going to learn from it. So once again, good evening everyone. My name is Saka Aitayo Mohammed. So I'm popularly known as Astro. Yeah, they call me Astro. So yeah, let me just go ahead and share my portfolio first. I think there's a lot of things to talk about from there. Oh, no, what's it wrong? Sorry, just give me a minute. Okay. Mm, Please confirm you can see my screen now. Is it up?
Not yet up, sir.
Okay, it's loading. I guess. How about now?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, okay, fine. Again. Yeah. Yeah. This is just my portfolio, and I decided to share it instead of creating a slide at a very short period of time because I mean I have a lot of things here, and there's a lot of things we can discuss on about my on here. So I would just like to move on straight to my awards because this is literally all. This is what brought me here today. The major reason I was invited to this meeting today. So yeah, about competitions and award winning hackathons in Nigeria, it's really a great thing and something great for you to something that will give you like a very great experience during your undergraduate. So I started my journey in 2023, and my first hackathon ever was trash, and was it led to a big embarrassment because I built my project, and I took my project there. I was feeling over the moon. I thought like I had a very good team and everything was working perfectly before I left my house. But unfortunately, when I got there, this robot just there was a wire got disconnected from it, and it didn't work on the stage. Yeah, but what led me to my first ever competition, and when did I even start, and how did I even start? I went for my first ever competition in 2022. That was when I was in 200 level, I alone at the engineering project exhibition competition. Sorry, 2023. That was when I was in 300 level. So engineering projects exhibition in the University of Ilorin, and I'm this person that I like building from things that I learn. So I'm an object-oriented person. I was learning how to develop like robots then. So I was learning robotics, but I started with embedded system first, and I was learning how to program Arduino boards, ESI2, all these microcontrollers, small microcontrollers. So I was learning how to build it. And I said to myself that it can't just end at this because nobody would know whatever I'm doing. I can't just be building and nobody will know about it. Nobody will know what I'm building. I have to put it out there. I have to use this to earn myself something. So that was what actually motivated me to apply for my first competition. I applied for this competition. I got selected out of like over 60 applicants, and then I made it to top 10. I went to the University of Ilorin and took my project. I was very, 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 very young in everything. In everything, never say everything. I mean everything. I had no experience. I had no experience. I had no idea that we need to present a slide. I had no idea that there's a way the presentation goes and what you need to declare. You have to talk about a problem statement, what you are solving, how you solving it. I just went. I took my robot. It was like I was feeling it like just like a robot showcase, a showcase, a showcase. So I took my robot and I went on the stage with this confidence that oh yeah, I can do this thing. Like when you being a crazy nerd. So I took it there and I first thing I did was I got the mic and I was just talking about how it works and how it moves. And literally this robot wasn't solving any problem. It was just moving around. So I couldn't I couldn't present anything tangible on the stage. And I was totally embarrassed at the end because the professors that were in front of me were just looking at what is this boy doing? That is because we don't have experience. And that's one of the things I'm going to share today. And one of the things we are going to learn about how to pitch and how to win an award winning competition, a very competitive competition. Yeah, we have the track record and we've won like competitions that the odds are like 0.00 something percentage. Yeah. So, but after that year, I went home, I learned and learn about collaboration, learn about leading projects to solve a problem. And that was what led me to my first ever project that I built that won the competition. So I went back to the competition the next year, same next year, and then I won the fourth position. That just gave like a validation of
Hello, Mr. Saka. Are you still with us? We can't hear you. I think he's having a technical issue from his side, but nevertheless, but what Miss Olasheyi talked about was very, very inspiring. Though I haven't gone for any hackathon competition, but with this, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a shot. So if anyone maybe gone to any hackathon competition or so, please can you feel free to share his experience before we can have Mr. Saka back here on the call. Okay, so it seems all of us are both in the same boat then. But well, it's not bad to at least try to venture into something though. Very good. Even with our upcoming Nexus 3.0, yeah, we also do have hackathon competition that is actually going to present itself there. So it's going to be a good one for us to venture in with whatever we actually learning here. So I'm coming. Let me check. Okay, somewhere you raised the hand. Can we hear from you?
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say a few things about the hackathon. Right, so the hackathon build phase has started, so you guys can start building. As for the guidelines, well, it's only open to LASU students, and you need at least 50% of the members on your team to be SPE members. And if you are the only one, because you can choose to go solo, if you are the only one, you have to be an SPE member. I just want to share that. So you can ask questions, you can ask the speaker questions about things related because this speaker has won like a lot of competitions. Like almost every competition he enters, at least since I've known him, not from the very beginning, he has won them. He has traveled to states to win competitions too. So although most of his projects are usually embedded systems, hardware based. But for this hackathon too, if you are thinking of doing something related to hardware, yeah, you can use this opportunity to ask the speaker also. Just keep that in mind. Deadline, the deadline is on 21st. Yes, you cannot participate in the hackathon. Yeah, the hackathon is just for LASO students only. This is our third edition. So that's all I have to share.
All right, thank you, Mr. Samuel. So, like I said, for the hackathon, it is only for LASU students. So you can either choose to go solo or for you to form a group. And the requirement is if you are forming a group, at least you should entail two SPE member, or you can as well choose to go solo. So let me check up with Mr. Adetayo. Donald, you raised the hand. Okay, can we hear from you?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So my question, I would like to throw a question to Samuel, and I would like to hear from him. You said the Nexus 3.0 hackathon is live, but I would like to ask, as registration started over it, and for our teams, what is the maximum number that is expected to be
The way this works is that your submission will count as registration for the hackathon, right? So a submission link instead is what will be sent, because many people can register and end up not building anything. So we are just going to create the form, send it out, and set the deadline to the hackathon deadline date. So we'll just count all entries as registration for that. And for max number of people in a team, it's 4. So max is 4. You can have 3 in a team, you can have 2 in a team. You can be the only one too. And it's open to students in other campuses too. I think the people that won the last edition were from Ojo. So yeah.
So if any of us have any question based on the hackathon event, you can feel free to ask Mr. Samuel. Okay, before our speaker joins us back, Mr. Samuel, I wanted to ask you this. It seems you are not actually new to this hackathons, this competition into machine learning algorithm and the like. So I wanted to ask you, like, what inspired you to, venture into this? And for us that want to actually venture into this, what advice can you give us, or where should we actually start from, sir?
Okay. When you say venture into this, what do you mean?
Okay, like venture into this in the sense that you did not just wake up one day and say, okay, I wanted to learn machine learning and artificial intelligence. Like, what inspired you in that kind of way?
What inspired me? It has been a long time back, I guess, when I think I saw a robot then for the first time. I'm not sure if I've even shared the story with you guys before. I think I did. So yeah, several years back, I was on my favorite TV channel, then Da Vinci Learning. Used to talk about a lot of science and engineering stuff and history, so many things, right? And one session they were talking about robots. They were talking about Honda Asimo, if you guys know it. I think it's by a Japanese company. A humanoid robot. And I was like, wow, humanoid robots. So I was really curious and just interested. So I had that in mind for the future. Sure. Then I stumbled on coding one midnight. I had no idea what it even was or what it was for. And I just downloaded SoloLearn app. And because SoloLearn uses a gamified approach to teaching, it was engaging, it was interesting. You could see, okay, our speaker is back.
Sorry
Oh.
to, yeah, thank you. Sorry to cut you off over there. So, Mr. Sakwa, you're having some technical issue, but you can go on now since you're back, sir.
Please, please, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what was wrong. I think it's raining here and probably all network got disconnected, and I just got back my internet now, and I just joined again. So sorry. Please, at what point did you stop hearing me? Because I wasn't even aware. It was until I wanted to share another page that I realized that I've been disconnected.
Okay, so you were actually talking about how you messed up your first presentation when you went to the University of Ilorin, but nevertheless you didn't give up. So you keep on pursuing, keep on learning how to present and the rest.
Yeah. Okay. So at that point, I had to like because I just felt like I was misjudged. That was not who I was. So I wanted to go back. So I had to like apply the next year with because like for some moments I doubted myself after the competition that can I really do this thing? What was missing in me then? So like I had to like collaborate with some people, like some great guys. I call them some great guys. So you have those people among you. Collaboration is one of the most important things in everything you will do, say in life. Collaborations. You go far. You go far with collaboration a lot. So I had to collaborate with one of my friends in class. So and it's not really ideal and reasonable to collaborate with your friends that won't really take things serious. If you are working as a team, you need to collaborate with people that are ready to go as far as possible. Like they are up and doing, they are ready to do anything at any time. Some people that might discourage you might just look at things and say, oh, about will go for this. Because our brain normally is wired to look to go the easy way, to go where you won't be strained. So and it is we that will not accept for it. You know, go accept for me. So those are kind of people you need to collaborate with, and I collaborated with the person, and then went the second year, won the fourth position, and then that gave me like some kind of validation that I can actually do this thing. So I I after then, kept working on that my project, and we saw some application in Unilag then. There was like PADC, Paradekunle something something, our competition. There was um Unilag Design Studio. That was the energy challenge. So we got into the energy challenge. Energy challenge, we were invited, and then we went to the competition. So we spent 3 days, and at the end, we won the competition. So the competition, we won the second position at the competition. So can you see my screen?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, I guess it's loading. So we ran the competition, and after that competition, I also won another in my school, gold medal at the competition was literally made for final year students that have did their project during their convocation. So whenever they are convocating, they will present their final year projects. And I was able to get in the competition, and I won a gold medal. That's just like the top of the gold medal. And after then, there are some things in life that will give you validation on what you are doing. We all started from somewhere. We started from seeing like something somewhere. I heard somebody, I can't remember the person that I didn't know the person that was talking then. He said that he got one of his inspiration from this favorite television. I myself, I got inspired to start robotics because I watched Silas Adekunle in 2014 presenting one of his projects on NTA News, and that was a start for me. That was how everything started, literally. And since then, I never stopped building. I've always been building before, but yeah, it's not like it was that. It was that robust. So I believe like this thing can be done because me, I used to feel like all these robots, all these cars that move autonomously, they are something that only the white people can build. We can't build it, and there was no place I've seen the components or all the gadgets before because that was the level of my exposure. But since then, I've been striving more to know. I've been striving to know more, to see places where we can get this thing and places where we can make this thing happen. So, and through my curiosity, it's led me to lots of things. And I found, what's it called? I found AliExpress. I started buying from AliExpress. So, and I started building projects, which led me to building projects for my competition. So, I told you that I'm somebody that is object oriented. I don't just build, I like building to present and solve a problem. So we enter into that competition, trying to share my slides so that I can see those competitions. I think it's up now. Can you see me back? Can see my slide bar.
Yes, it is up, sir.
Okay, nice. So this makes sense from here. So yeah, this was the gold medal that I won at my school international research and discovery exhibition. So this was me during that time. I was still like that was the very beginning. That was just like the beginning of everything. And I think I even won this before the first runner up at University of Lagos. And from there, we moved to University of Lagos. We did the we did the version one of my project, and it gave us 1.5 million. From this project, from this money, we didn't actually spend much. We used this to scale. We used to build immediately and scale immediately because we knew that was not the end for us. We can't end at that. It cannot end at that. We have to look for other ways to get this thing. We have to look for other ways to get this thing done. So we moved to this competition and won. After then, went to an hackathon. That was like literally our first hackathon ever, and we won the hackathon. So we won 300,000 naira from the University of Lagos, University of Ibadan. I think within 2 weeks, we won two hackathon from the University of Ibadan. No, one hackathon, one competition. So this was literally the slide I used for Aurora robotic tool. Can use it for this too. So I'm trying to reload it because some pictures are not showing. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, it's showing now. Yeah, I'll share my full screen now. So after the hackathon, we move on to University of Ibadan, still University of Ibadan Design Studio. We won the third position at University of Ibadan, which gave us 150,000. Well, to me, the money wasn't really like the major thing then because we had some fund left that we were using to build, but we needed to win. We needed to prove that we are building something that is good and can save a lot of people. So we're just going to these competitions back to back. You can see like the intervals from 13th of November to 29th of November to May 2025. This was 22nd, which won us like one of the highest win ever, where we won the first position as the for livestock hackathon in about in Lagos in Abuja. So let me tell you one crazy story about this particular hackathon that we won. We were actually at the competition of this Nigerian juniors competition, which is one of the notorious competition in Nigeria that a lot of people really want to get into because there's a lot of things that comes with it. Even though the money is very small, they lodge you for 1 week and they challenge you to build. That's like exactly what I love most when they challenge you to build. So like you have a project and you're taking there, you're just going there to build. So they challenge us. We started building. Sorry. We started building, and then after the whole week, we were meant to spend 1 week there. And by the end of the week, we got into this competition. We need to leave and go to Abuja. Two of the team members are the ones in that competition. We need to leave to go to that competition. But we're in Abia State. So the closest airport to us is in Port Harcourt. We have to tell them that they should help us book our flights to Port Harcourt, but we couldn't leave that morning because we needed to be there on Monday. So we're still at the hackathon. We're still in the competition on that Sunday. So we needed to get to Abuja on Monday. So we had to leave in the night around 7 p.m. We took bus from Abia, a place we were unfamiliar with. Literally everyone was speaking Igbo, but we couldn't speak Igbo. So we're just looking at everyone. So I almost got kidnapped even when we got to Port Harcourt at the entry. We didn't know that Port Harcourt is not a safe area. Not every place is even safe. Like with the way I was hearing it, literally nobody was safe. No place was safe at night in Port Harcourt. So we met the man that just like see us through, show us the bus or the cab, the taxi. to the airport, and then we pay the man, go to the airport, we got rejected. So, but like a lot of people won't really know like all those stories behind what we've been doing. So we got to the airport, we couldn't. They didn't want to allow us in first, but with a lot of beg and like impossibility of being able to go to another place, they allowed us in. We got in, we left the money, we left that money, we went to Abuja. Fortunately for us, it's very unfortunately, we work ourselves, we work a lot to get this competition, to win this competition. So won the competition, won 5 million and won a slot to travel to University of Florida in the US. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that because of visa problem. We couldn't we couldn't get our visa, and that was the fault of NCA, because we were ready and hope like we had to go. So one of my team members, our visa was our passport was expiring. She has to go. She has to quickly go and renew it. The next day we go to Lagos. So she came back from the competition, and from the competition we went to Benin. This NASA Global App Challenge, I would say, is one of the most challenging competitions we've ever been to, and most rewarding. But you won't believe these guys haven't paid us, because these are like part of challenges we face, and a lot of people won't really see it, but they will see the hype. So we just, won the competition, and this time I couldn't follow them. So it was my teammates that went to represent my team, or our team called Vanguard. So because the reason why I couldn't attend was because I was already in another hackathon that lead me to going to London to present. You can see the distance, the date. So so we this was on the 5th. The hackathon finished on the 7th. I need to travel to the UK on the 8th. So I couldn't I couldn't risk it. I just told them to go. And I went to UK on the 8th, and then this was during my presentation on the 10 as one of the top 100 innovators in Nigeria by National Board for Technology and Innovation. So, and after then we came back on the 5th of November, we won first position as Learning Innovation Challenge, which the innovation is still on. We do like the final demo day on next week. That's April 17th. So this is where all those grades and determination led me to, and I just wrote something about connecting the dots, how and how, and behind the scenes of everything, how things goes. To be honest, in this world, we have to understand that there is no magic to success. There is no magic to success at all. Those people you see winning, so those people you see doing things, they went through some shit before they get it done. They went through some things. They didn't just work their way up there. There is a way. There's a proper process they follow. I used to say something. This word called PPA, per perception, process, and action. So once you perceive something, you want to do this thing, you won't just sit down and not do anything. You go through a process of doing something, and through that process you are taking action. And that action is what lead you to a lot of things. And there is this quote that I love a lot, and it goes like a movie man will definitely meet his luck. If you want something, there is a way, there is a track, there's a journey you have to follow. You can't just get there in one day. You have to follow some process and a journey. So if you want something, you'll have to go all in for it. It's not just like you do it today, you go back tomorrow. You do it tomorrow, you rest again. There's no rest for then the dog say no rest for poor man picking. The same we never make am no fit rest o. So you guys do a lot of things. The backend that I introduced that connected me to this session today The guy work like his work rate is very, very crazy, even much more than mine, like far, far, far more than mine. And like he's getting what he wants. So to just be like a lonely penguin, I don't know if you've seen this before. There is this lonely penguin story that went very, very viral online. That this penguin decided to uh leave his colony for to chase his dream or something. So, and even though the journey is uncertain, I will say that there is no competition we ever went that is very, very certain. We won't even do that. We won't even want that. We don't want to be certain that, oh, when we go, we must win. Because there are a lot that we've won, I mean, that we've lost. But there is this trait that you learn, or there is this thing that you learn once you start calling for a lot of them, that will make you believe that, oh, no, this one I can actually win it if I do this. Not that I can actually win it, and that's just the end. If you didn't do the things that are necessary, you can never, never ever win it. So this is just like a taste of like how I started my journey. This was me in 2023 when I went to with my Indomie carton when I went to present at the University of Lagos, University of Ilorin. I went there, my project didn't work. I was so devastated. I was happy, and from there I met my good friends, who like we collaborate today on Grace Project, and I won fourth position when I went back in 2024. This was me again in 2024, and first win was in Unilag. Like that was Unilag Design Studio. So I will say again that teamwork is very, very important. During my undergraduate days, I collaborated with a lot of people based on area of expertise or what we're actually in there for. If we need a female for a gender equality, we're going to put female. If we need like someone that is good in web development or something, so along with the line, I started learning about web development and everything, so using AI, AI leverage and everything. So collaborate with my guys, Olusanya Samson, which is like literally my very, very best teammates. We have done a lot of things together. In fact, we work at the same company now, which was a competition that led us to it. We got our first job a day after our competition, a day after our induction, which was in January. So, and a whole lot of people, and also have people that know more than you, have people like mentor and mentor you on things. I mean, you can't know everything. We didn't just start in a day. We didn't just start by we didn't just it's not like we started from everything started from within. You just knew everything when you just started. We're amateur, we don't know anything about anything. So, but through some process, through meeting people, we learn and connected with people, which has really helped us a lot. So, starting your journey, you need skills. You need technical and non-technical. You just need wide variety of skills. We call something survival skill. Survival skill is a skill on its own. A skill that can make you survive at a place people don't think you can survive. You need like those skills. So, and for me, one of the skills I recommend is having like technical parts, having a programming skills, and how to program Python, C++ with an implementation. It's not like you're just learn how to use it for something. It's either computer vision, machine learning, data science, learn how to robotics, learn how to use it to do something. I do AI, I do robotics, and I do embedded machine learning. Not too much of machine learning, just embedded. And I do computer vision. That's what I'm big on. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm still like learning Rust. It's something I'm currently doing now because of my research. And you need teams, not friends. To be honest, you need teams, not friends. Teams that always always drag you to success, always push you to do things. So you need those guys. And you need courage to enter the unknown because there are a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that when you get into them, you won't really know that they are that shallow, that big once you get into them. But once you start solving them, it starts getting easy every day. And by the by the time you solve everything finish, you will have gained experience, which is the master. So there is this quote also that I learned from Markel. It goes like this that so far your brain never tell there is no limit to what you can do in this world. Go far and beyond. Always test your brain limit and go far, the brain limit and beyond. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Saka. So now we are headed for the question and answer section. So if you know you have any question for Mr. Saka, feel free to signify by raising up your hands. Okay, Donald, you can ask your question. Donald, I
All
still
right, sorry, I thought the button was on already, but good evening once again. Thank you so much, sir, for the section. I just want to ask, what was the thought process like doing all this competition and hackathon with you? What are your thought process in bringing that idea to life, and how did it come to you and then after everything?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very well. Did you mean my thought process and bringing it to life?
Yeah, your thought process of getting the idea itself, like okay, yes, like what were you thinking about, or how do you think, what were your thoughts around it?
Okay, I think I get it. That's a very good question. One thing I will say is that I'll just say one word, and that's just like the definition of everything and how project works and how idea comes to life. It's called design thinking. I will want to. I don't have like a YouTube channel to recommend, but just go on on YouTube channel on YouTube. You'll find design thinking. We call something design thinking, and design thinking entails empathy, and that empathy is what I'm really big on. So you want to build a solution, but like you think you have a very good idea. I mean, to be honest, all idea are rubbish at first before you start like talking with people and they start telling you their thought about it. People's opinion really matters in idea you're building. So let's say you want to build an idea now and you start your idea. So you think about this idea. Everybody like you get inspiration. You look at problems. Okay, let me even tell you like where it starts first. Where it starts first is from exploration. You will explore problems people are facing. You think about problem you yourself you are facing. I've seen somebody before that told me that he was cooking one day, and when he was cooking, he was rushing to go to school. So he was looking at Abby unknowingly, like just unexpectedly, his gas finished and he couldn't continue cooking. So he had to go to school like with his uncooked food and hungry. So he was thinking about it. If there is an app that can monitor your gas level, that you can know and get alert on your phone, that's a very good way to think. So where design thinking will now come into is you will make research about if people would actually want to get the gas from you. I mean, if people would actually want to get this kind of device, is this thing affecting a lot of people? That's like people in numbers. Are people going to buy these products? Whether I'm done with it, is this product going to be cheap? That's where design thinking come into it. That seven stage, I forgot like most of the stage. Channel, ideate, um, ideate. Sorry, which other one did I just mention? Empathy, pain points. You have to look for pain points of people. Like what is really paining them? Is this thing affecting them? Is this thing really affecting them? Can this thing make life easy for them? Then you can start from carrying a survey. I and my prof we are building a project now currently called Diamond that's used to mentor diabetes patients for early or food ulceration signs. So we carried out, we ourselves, we had to carry it out design thinking. We sent out a form, we put everything inside. Or do you have somebody that is currently going through that's diabetic now? How did they know that they have ulcer on their leg? Is it when they go to hospital? Collected the data, and now we're working on the data. We look at it. 76% of these people don't even know until they feel pain or they have a court. You find out that okay, that's a very good project, a very good solution. 76 people is a lot of people. Even if you now have like 200 people that vote for that 76 people, you permutate it to 2 million people. That if 76 people would have this kind of response, so 2 million people, they can have like, let's say 70%. So that means that idea is a good idea for you to for you to work on. Then start working on this idea. You start looking at your methodology implementation, and now you going to build. So that's how you look for problem to build and solution to build. You have to talk with people and discuss with them. You can get a lot of things from them. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Miriam, you raise a hand. You can proceed to ask your question.
Hi, good evening. So my question is that like going to or participating in hackathon is not like it's not just about like knowing how to code. It's about like having like critical thinking skills. And nowadays, like even if you want to participate in hackathon, for you to like think about like you can be able to like code very well, but it's like be able to think about ideas. It's like there's technological solutions for like every single thing or every single problem, or I don't know. So I think that's my question. I think that's my question.
Okay, yeah. Uh, yes. Actually thinking about ideas during hackathons. We've gone to some hackathons before, and hackathons are crazy. They're more crazy than competition because you have to think about ideas at that spot. And we've won two hackathons. Which one is 5 million and one is 150,000. I'll be 300,000. And one, I think, first position in both hackathons. But your team depends on your success in hackathons. If your team are really grounded, your teams that like work like collaboratively, and also you can share ideas. So like me now, when I'm working or in hackathons, when I'm building in hackathons, someone might think about idea. Okay, how about we build how about we build this system? So that's just like a fresh idea coming out from someone. So listening to my teammate will be like, okay, we can actually add this to it to just make it better. Okay, this one is going to affect it, let's remove it. So from there, you think about your ideas first. You think about this idea, you talk among each other. So after talking about it, then your team will still now depend on your success. You have to build during those building period. That is when you are going to see a lot of errors in whatever you want to build, and then you can make amendments together with your team. But yeah, I will say that everything still dependent on how grounded your team is. So that's why I said that you have to look for those great guys. You will see them. When you see them, you will know them. I call them the great guys, and those are your team. Those people you work with. When you see people that is not really ready to work on anything and can't really help with the success of your team, you will know because of their attitude. So attitude really matters a lot in people you select or people you be on a team with.
So,
Okay,
Miriam,
thank you very much.
okay, okay.
Yes.
All right. So, are there any other questions? Okay. So, in the absence of question, I want to say thank you, Mr. Saka, for this inspiring section. I myself, I have really learned a lot from this. I just want to say a really big thank you to this section.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right, so we have come to the end of this section, and I believe each and every one we actually have gotten a one or two idea on how hackathon, open source, and competition actually work. Thank you all, and have a nice night, everyone.